Hey there, Retro Games fans, this is Andy C from Pieces of 8-Bit. So you may recall from a couple of weeks ago, I did a review of the Master System Sonic games. And as part of that, I did talk briefly about the 3D games, the 3D Sonic games. And I kind of generalised about all of them and sort of, I didn't say that I didn't like them, or I didn't say that they weren't any good, but I didn't speak of them particularly fondly. I'm very much a fan of the 2D Sonics, but I did think to myself about the days gone by where I played on the Dreamcast and played the original Sonic Adventure game, and I seem to recall enjoying it quite a lot. So I thought probably what would be only fair while it's still fresh in your memories if I went back and had another look at Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. So yes, got my Dreamcast, my trusty Dreamcast here. This is a wonderful console. I'm really looking forward to doing a month with the Dreamcast. This is just a fabulous console. It's such a shame that this didn't do better. I think it's a really great machine, some wonderful games on it. And when it came out, compared to anything else that was on the market at the same time, late 90s was a bit barren for consoles actually. This looked amazing. It looked absolutely fantastic. It was better than anything I'd seen before, but obviously everybody was holding out for the PlayStation 2. So a real shame, a really lovely console, Dreamcast, a real shame that didn't do so well. So I did pick myself up a copy of Sonic Adventure, which I'm going to be playing through. So this is a bit of an old school gameplay vid. Basically what I'm going to do is just tell you a little bit about the game. I'm going to just load the game up and play it for a little while, for 10 minutes, talk to you about it as I play. I don't know how it's going to go. I can't remember. I can't remember what to do. It's been a little while since I played it. I had a bit of a go with it the other day, just to refresh my memory, and yeah, it's good fun. It is good fun actually. So yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the game itself then. So it came out in 1998 on the Dreamcast, and it was a launch title for the Dreamcast. So obviously, Sega console. I think Sega didn't want to really make the mistake that they'd made with the Saturn by not having a Sonic launch title or its own really proper dedicated Sonic title. The Saturn was definitely missing that. It did follow up, so the cancelled Sonic Extreme that was due to come out was cancelled, and the team basically ended up focusing on this particular game, Sonic Adventure. It did, obviously the Dreamcast was only really around for a couple of years before it started to fade, and Sega went purely into games development after the Dreamcast. They did bring out a version of this, Sonic Adventure DX, on the GameCube. That was about 2003, I think. And there was a HD version that came out much later on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, which I think I may have played, actually. I'm pretty sure I may have played that. I did play Sonic Adventure 2. There were so many that came after it. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle or something. I can't remember what it was, and I didn't get on with that at all well. And that's probably why my memory is a little bit sort of perhaps a little harsh towards the 3D versions of Sonic. Now this was Sonic's very first 3D outing. There were quite a lot of firsts in this game. 6 playable characters, so you had Sonic and Knuckles and Tails, of course, Amy, and then also Big, who was a cat, and E102 Gamma. All 6 new playable characters. It's the first game really to introduce CGI cutscenes to Sonic the Hedgehog, so that wasn't something we'd seen before, and also a lot of voice acting as well. So there was a lot more voice acting. There was some back in 1993 in Sonic CD, but this was really sort of the first outing where we really heard Sonic talk and a lot. There was a couple of little cool features with it. It came with a thing called KO Garden, which was basically where you could train your own little sort of KO creatures. I do remember doing that and that being quite fun, sort of little Tamagotchi type thing going on there. And also it made good use of the VMU. So on the Sega Dreamcast, it had this really cool visual memory unit, which you bought as an extra that plugged into your controller, and it was sort of visualized. It even had its own little sort of mini games on it, and you could store KO as you collected it throughout onto your VMU, and you could see it on there, which was really kind of cool as well. So a lot of really good little features, really quite nice features, and like its contemporary Mario, this that was sort of starting to appear as 3D, on the N64 and that kind of thing, and people were kind of like, yeah, this is cool, this is what people were asking for. People wanted 3D, that's what they got. Now, obviously, with Sonic, we know that there was a bit of a return to some sort of 2D side-scrolling Sonic and later on, and people do really still enjoy that. But I think this game was very well received. It got high praise. It was very enjoyable. People love to play it. So, yeah, it was a good outing. For a 3D outing, it was a good outing. So, what I'm going to do then, like I said, I'm going to have a bit of a playthrough. Just for the record, you can see my Dreamcast is not plugged in currently at the moment. Obviously, I've got the game in the Dreamcast, but for filming's purpose, I use emulators. So I do this with a lot of the games when I'm filming the gameplay. I use a lot of emulators. Amusingly, I'm actually using a Switch controller, which is sort of got the most number of buttons on it that I think will probably work best for playing this. I'll have a go with it. It seems to work quite well. I use an emulator for those of you interested. So if you've got a busted Dreamcast or you've got a load of games or a load of Dreamcast games or whatever, and you really want to go back and have another look, you can use Redream, which is a really cool little emulator. And I'm playing it on there, and that's what's running in the background here at the moment. It's quite good. I did have a little bit of lag. My computer's getting a bit long in the tooth, so I'm pretty much blaming that rather than the emulator. I had a bit of frame skip. Hopefully we won't see that in the game. Yeah. And that's probably all there is to say about it, really. So let's get stuck in with Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast, and we'll have a playthrough for sort of, I say 10 minutes, it ends up being however long it takes, and we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about how I found the game, and yeah, that'll be it. So let's get stuck in. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so this is Sonic Adventure on the Redream emulator on the Mac. You can get this on Windows as well. When you come in here, you've got sort of a few options on how you want to set it up, what region you're in, how you want to set your video up. You can set it to exclusive if you've got a couple of screens, so it will just show on your one screen. I assume that just helps to keep things a little bit more performance. Your controller, a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, yeah, that's kind of it, really. So yes, let's get stuck in with the game. So let's just start this off now. So we're just going to go for adventure. There we go. So here's all the characters you can play: E102, Gamma, Big. Those are the two new ones. So the cat, obviously Amy, Knuckles, Tails. You all know already, and of course Sonic. So that's who we're going to play. We're going to be Sonic, and go for game. All right, here we go. Station Square Adventure Field. So here we go. One of the many cutscenes. It's quite a long cutscene. This one at the beginning here. Yeah, some suspicious walking, some weird walking. We'll see Sonic appear in a minute. I won't bore you with the entire cutscene. Obviously, if you want to have a look, you can go and have a play with the game yourself. There he is. There's Sonic. And I think we're going to fight Chaos Zero. So we're going to fight a boss right at the beginning. It's not necessarily that easy, as it happens. I was struggling with this a little bit earlier. I hadn't quite got the hang of the controls. I think it was a problem. This would have looked so cool. Right, let's... can I skip? I can't skip anyway. Oh, yes, I can. That's all right. Okay, here we go. Chaos Zero. So he's going to descend here. The police are going to shoot him a bunch of times. Decide they can't do it. Run away and let Sonic deal with it, basically. Oh, I don't think I can skip this cutscene. Oh, we've got to deal with this ourselves. Yeah, or it could be frustrating, Sonic. I'm just warning you in advance. I think I died a few times when I did this before. Here we go, Chaos Zero. Alright, so we're starting with a couple of... think I have to sort of jump on his head. It's difficult to... There we go, that's it. There we go. I sort of have to get airborne. It's not so straightforward as you might think. There we go. I think probably the best thing to do is stay out of his way. Oh, it's so easy to die as well, which is quite frustrating, especially at this early stage in the game. You know, if you run out of your rings, jump and then press the whole button. Okay, all right. Yeah, we see fighting with the... No. No. The trouble is... got no rings, got no rings. Right. Rings, Sonic. No. No, got no rings. Ah, it's the camera angles again. The camera angles are tricky. There we go. Phew. Okay. Oh, it's quite tricky. Oh no, I died again. Oh, I don't believe it. Thing is, I don't know if it, yeah, I think it resets every time you do it as well. So I must be doing something wrong here. Must be. Ah, okay. I think I know what I've got to do. All right. Stay out of his way while he does that. Oh, that didn't work. Oh no, it did work. It did work. Ah, right. Okay, this is bad. Now the thing that's frustrating about this, like here, at the moment, so my camera angles, it's horrendous. I got one ring. There we go. Okay, we got him. We did it. Okay. I lost 2 lives there. That was it's really unfortunate. So yes, I think the key was I was just doing it wrong. So you got to jump and jump. Yeah, you're not in control, so you don't have the second stick to control your camera angles, which is quite frustrating. So it will do it for you. And I think when I played subsequent versions of this, newer versions of this, I really struggled with that. Like, you want to be able to move the camera around, even though that wasn't necessarily a thing in games back then. You kind of wanted to move the camera around so you could kind of see what you're doing, and it does it for you. And sometimes it's really inconvenient. So you know, there where I've lost my rings and I need to get another ring. You know, like the camera angle's just not lending itself to me helping me at all. And so obviously you know, it's quite easy to make a mistake and die. There he is, Robotnik. He looks nothing like Jim Carrey. Alright, so this is really the first proper level. So that's just sort of a bit of a flavour, even though I've already lost 2 lives, which is really, really unfortunate. Yes, I can't remember what this bit is now. Oh, it's Tails, I think. Oh, Tails, you've just crashed your plane. What am I going to do with you? Alright. Here we go. And yeah, it's at points like this where you can see as we're running around the corner there, it'd be really, really cool if you could have a second stick to turn the camera with as well. But alas, that is not a thing. So we've got our boost button as well for spinning around. Those are obviously bad guys there as well. Oh, that didn't work, did it? What have I done? What have I done? Let's go back here a minute. I thought I saw Tails in a tree. Did I see Tails in a tree? Did I just make that up? Oh, it's just a monkey in a tree. What's that then? Aha. So as with the other Sonics as well, you're sort of releasing it. Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, they're bad guys. I forgot about that. Right. So we've still got our bouncing around. There's still that feeling of speed as well. You can see bouncing off the ropes there. We've still got our pinballs. There we go. And we're going to do some loop-de-loops now. Amazing. And to be honest with you, you know, when you consider the age of this game, you know, like we're talking late 90s here, you know, I think this looked really good. I think this is a really pretty looking game for the time. I know I say that a lot about a lot of games, but, you know, like all the time, this is, you're considering, you know, the age of these things. You know, PlayStation 1 was the last generation. You know, and the Saturn. So this was the sort of the first of that new generation of consoles, and so, you know, this was really starting to show what was going to be possible in this generation. And I don't necessarily think that the PlayStation 2 was a significant improvement in terms of graphics over the Dreamcast, if at all, really. It's just, you know, like it was just a really compelling buy, because it had the DVD player and everybody was so excited about what the PlayStation 1 was like. And I think as well with Sega, obviously they had somewhat messed up with the 32X and the Sega CD, and then the Saturn was a bit of a disaster, and then I died because I wasn't concentrating. Right, okay, I think I've just got to run. Let me just concentrate here for a second. There we go. This is the trouble when you're talking, when you're trying to play at the same time. Oh, I think there might be a life, actually. I could probably really do with that. Alright. You see, as you know, as with the 2D Sonics, you know, it definitely sort of still leads you the same way. You know, it still has that feeling of speed, and it's still leading you, you know, down certain pathways. It is very definitely Sonic. It feels very, very definitely Sonic, which is cool. And I think this as well. This feels a little bit like, you know, like when you do. I think it's Sonic. One of the. I can't remember which one it is now. Where you run. It might just be the first Sonic actually, where you run down the sort of trench, and. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate here. Where you run down the trench, that's sort of that 3D effect where you're collecting the rings there. Oh, that was really impatient of me, wasn't it? There was no need for that. There was absolutely no need for that. Do I wait? Yeah, I'll wait. Not something I'm used to doing. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. Press the jump button instead of the spinball button. Look at this. I love all of this. This one thing I really do like about the 3D Sonics is this sort of you know, you're still doing all of the loop-de-loops and everything else, and it's very much, oh, press the right button already. Oh no, and then don't do that. Absolutely rookie. Right, okay, here we go. I'm going to be on a continue here. This has really not gone well. Yes, yeah, as like I was saying, I really do love the loop-de-loops. What have I done here? Alright. Oi. It's a lovely looking level. It reminds me... That's it, there we go. Correct button that time. It reminds me a little bit of Super Mario Sunshine, that sort of tropical beachside vibe about it that was in that particular game. Yes, that is a game that I've got very frustrated with, actually. A lot of people really liked Super Mario Sunshine, but that was a game that actually I found quite annoying, if I'm honest. There we go. Let's just say, bother with that. Oi! Sorry for the sound effects. That's right. Yeah, you see, now look at the camera angle here. I could really do with seeing forward. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, that's one of those times when, yeah, going forward. Maybe am I supposed to be going this way? Is that why? Am I going the wrong way here? Ah, maybe I am. Maybe I was going the wrong way the whole time. I was. That's why the camera angle was back to front. That was my fault. But look at... Oh, no. Oh, no, that's okay. I thought for a minute then I went in the water I'd die, but I didn't. Oh, here he is. Here's Tails. And there's that familiar end of level jingle there. There we go, level C. Oh dear, not great. I've got an extra life though, which is good news. All right, let's play this next level just for a little bit longer, and then we will. Then I'll come back to you and let you know what I thought of it. All right, where's the train station? Yeah, you see these little sort of bubble pop things that appear that will just give you little tips as you go. I assume I can't go down here. Yeah. That would appear to be road closed. I'm guessing I need to go down here, maybe? Aha. Oh, well, this is going to be an easy Sonic game, right? I'll just have to sit on the train and then I'll be there. It's brilliant. What's the worst that could happen? Nothing, apparently. I'm going straight to Mystic Ruins. Excellent. I half expected some kind of train adventure there, but yeah. That's fine. Shows how long ago I played this, that's for sure. Right. Mystic Ruins, here we come. I feel like I don't want to go in the water there. I feel like I have no choice now. I don't think I've necessarily gone anywhere, because that's the train station up there, I think. Do I need to go up here? There's somewhere to go here this way. Oh, it'd be so useful if I could turn the camera around right now. Ah, interesting. Right, okay, what's this then? As you can see, there's this sort of 3D kind of world that you're in, this element to it here. So obviously there's something for me to solve there. There's some water down there. I'm wondering whether... let's have a look what goes down here. That feels bad. I feel like I don't want to go in the water there. There's going to be people who played this game before who are screaming at me going, "Don't down this way, go down that way." Right, okay, so if I go down here, that just makes me go, oh, this should be a base's boat. Well, there's clearly no boat there. So I assume that comes later. Right, Alright, I'm pretty sure that I think there's something I need to do in that lagoon that was over there. I think there's something I have to do, and I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. So this feels probably like a good place to stop at this point. Yeah, let's have a bit of a talk about that first level and my initial thoughts on that. And yeah, let's wrap it up. So there we go, that was Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. What did you think? Yeah, I think that's actually really good fun. I think maybe I've been a little harsh on the 3D Sonics. Obviously only played a little bit of it there. You can tell I haven't played it for a long time, right? That first boss, I probably should have just read the instructions. Actually, it's quite easy when you know what you're doing. I was just kind of pressing buttons and hoping for the best, I think. So that was quite costly. Lost myself a couple of lives there. Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that it definitely maintains that speed. I like it when you're sort of properly playing the levels and you're kind of running and you're doing the loops and going through the checkpoints and collecting the rings and doing all of those sorts of things. I think that is where it is really, really fun and really good, and it's amazing. I remember that feeling of seeing Sonic in 3D for the first time all those years ago. So we're talking 27 years ago, and just being blown away by the fact that Sonic was now in 3D and the way that the loops and all the running and everything else worked. I think just looked amazing at the time. How does it compare to 2D Sonic? Well, I still think that the 2D Sonic, the original Sonic, is just, for me, always going to be better. I do enjoy that style. Side-scrolling just works very well for the game. But I do really enjoy, in particular, Sonic Adventure. given its age, it has a number of limitations. So, you know, the camera thing is the biggest bugbear for me. You know, the fact that you can't kind of look around as easily. You know, there isn't a second stick to look around, which we're just so used to nowadays. And going back and playing a game of this age, you really struggle with that. And I found that actually. I played Zelda Wind Waker on the GameCube not that long ago. Another real favourite from that sort of era. And yeah, same sort of problem really. And you can look around, but it's not as natural as, you know, on some newer games, and certainly not on games that you see nowadays with the second stick. So just doesn't feel quite as natural. And I think the camera angles can be very frustrating, and that was certainly for me one of the most frustrating aspects of these games at that time. Found it with Mario as well. You know, Mario Sunshine and you know, the N64 versions and things like that. You know, like I just struggled with that sort of, you want to be looking over here and it's like, well, I want to look over there, and sometimes it's not all that obvious what you want to do, you know. And you saw in the game there where I was kind of running in the wrong direction and it wasn't really very clear what was going on, and you can't sort of look around. And even in that last stage there, you know, I wasn't quite sure. It's been a while since I played it. I couldn't quite remember what it was that you were supposed to do on that second level there. And just looking around is just really, really helpful to be able to resolve that. And I'm sure I apologise to any Sonic Adventure fans out there who found that cringe, watching me lose 2 lives on that first boss and then not knowing what the heck to do on that second level there. But hopefully that just gave you a really sort of basic flavour of the game. You know, it was nice to revisit that and go and have another look. And I probably will want to play that some more when I've got the Dreamcast out in the living room in my month with series. I will almost certainly be playing that a lot more. That'll be up there. Pride of Place with Crazy Taxi and Sega Rally. I think those would be some games I'll be really looking forward to getting stuck in. It's just such a great console. Really, really was a great console. Okay, so yeah, I think that's well, yeah, I think it's worth a revisit. If you're thinking about going back and having a look at some of these Dreamcast games, definitely, you know, this is the Sonic game to go and have a look at. I found some of the subsequent later versions of 3D Sonic kind of a bit more hit and miss. This is definitely, for me, one of the better ones. So yeah, go check it out. Obviously, as I mentioned before, you can go check that out on Redream. If you don't have access to a Dreamcast, but you've got the games, you want to go and have a look. Absolutely go and check that out. Quite straightforward to find the games online. It is apparently, and I've not tried this, it is apparently possible to rip the discs as well if you've got them onto your Dreamcast emulator, but I've not had a go with that. I don't know exactly how easy that is. So yes, definitely go check it out. A really good entry in the Sonic series. And that's probably it for this week. So just a quick coming up in the channel. As you may or may not know, we're doing the Atari 2600 Plus a month with at the moment. So there will be a game review coming up very shortly. Probably the next one that I do. I'll probably do a bit of a triple header with that, like I did on the Master System with the Outrun class, with the arcade classics. We'll just play sort of 3 games for a few minutes at a time and just talk a little bit about that. Not least because they're quite. One of the things I'm finding with the 2600 Plus, which is not a massive surprise, is that the games are quite sort of short appeal. A lot of them are better played 2-player as well, but when I'm doing the review, that's going to be quite tricky to do. So I'll probably do some short reviews and let you know how that's going on. And obviously at the end of the month, I will then tell you what it's been like to live with the 2600 Plus as well. That is probably all for the moment. So if you do enjoy these videos, please do hit that like and subscribe button. I haven't asked for a couple of weeks. Most of you are bored of me saying it, but I actually haven't asked for a couple of weeks. So please do hit that like and subscribe if you enjoy these. But yeah, obviously, you know, you don't have to. Yeah, it just I do really appreciate it. But yeah, that probably just leaves me to say thanks ever so much for watching. Please do take care of yourselves. Until the next time, I'll see you around. Bye for now.